Hey guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and this video is going to be titled Leaving the Narcissist Chapter Behind You. So, excuse my background, you guys, I am driving, but you know, I wanted to record this while it's still fresh, I guess. So there might be a little bit of noise in the background, but leaving the narcissist chapter behind us, you know, what is leaving the narcissist chapter behind us? A lot of times we think that, you know, closing that chapter with those narcissists in your life means that you're simply going to be a new you, right? It's kind of like giving yourself like a New Year's resolution. And you're like, oh, it's a new chapter, new me, new everything, you know, new hairstyle, or I want to lose some weight. And you're doing all these things because you might feel as if these are going to be things that will help you move forward to feel brand new from that old chapter that you're leaving behind with these narcissists. But what exactly is leaving that chapter behind you? Does that mean you're just going to forget about everyone and just move on with your life, you know, or you're just not going to keep in contact with those narcissists in your life and you've had enough? What is starting that new chapter? And I think that we always feel like we're going to start this new chapter, especially when you find peace with forgiving someone and that person is willing to forgive you, and you feel like I can move on, right? I made peace with this person. Now I can move on from this chapter, right? But what happens when you have people in your life that you might be able to forgive as an empath, you know, because you have empathy, you know, and some of you might have not always had it, and now you have it, you know what I'm saying? And you might think to yourself, well, what's leaving that chapter behind? You know, those bad memories, my experience, what I went through. What is leaving those chapters behind? Leaving those chapters behind, you guys, is making peace with the people that are not willing to forgive you, the people that make your skin boil when you think about them, when you think about the memories, when you think about what they did to you, when you think about the way they lied, how they told stories about you, how they looked you in your eyes and told you that you did things that you never even did. You know, people that have sent flying monkeys to come and get you, who have turned people against you, who had commit fraud against you, you know, who have commit fraud against you, who have stolen from you, who have taken from you. You want to throw those bad memories somewhere far, right? And not remember them and keep moving forward, because you know that every time you think about these things, it brings back those emotions. And sometimes that's why people are cold in this world, because if you do something or you say something, it will bring up old emotions from the past. And guess what? They'll take it out on you. And this is why, you know, it's so important for all of us to have respect. But part of leaving that chapter behind us is accepting the apologies that we're not going to get. Giving love where there's hate, because you can't win with hate. You can't win hate with hate. You know how many times I tried and failed at that and nothing would change? It's like being a toddler, like being God's child, being a toddler, and you just want your way. You're screaming out loud, and you realize that you have to break that resistance. You have to give that love to those people, because they might not accept what your love is, right? Your definition of love. But if you just plant that seed, one day those people will realize what they've done to you, and they'll go through those situations themselves. But then you'll get those people, you guys, that they'll go through what you went through. It's like literally God's trying to wake them up, and these people won't ask, they won't apologize to you. They would rather die. They would rather literally bury themselves. This is why you can't worry about a narcissist. Part of the narcissist arrogance is that because they do not believe in apologizing to you, and especially not meaning it, at least, and they feel like everything they've done it has been premeditated and things have gone their way. What they don't understand is that once you leave that chapter behind you, all of these characters in your world are going to have to readjust, reinvent, because they don't even realize that when these flying monkeys are talking about you and now they don't have anyone to talk about, they don't realize that their source of energy, you, is starting to deplete them right away. Most people won't apologize for what they've done. Most people won't be real with you, and tell you that the things that they did was according to the circumstances they were living. And they're not living in that chapter anymore. That's real. That's real when you can actually say, I'm closing that chapter, whether people like me or not. Whether someone has taken from me, taken years, taken money, taken time, being able to accept who you are, the choices you've made, and realize that when you're moving forward towards this new chapter in your life, you have already planted those seeds. So when people from the past come, do not look back. Do not look back. But when someone is willing to apologize to you, listen, because the narcissist will never apologize. Now, when you look back at these chapters of your life, think about all the stories. Think about all the people you met. Think about all the situations you were with these narcissists and the people that they know, their family members, their friends, the bad experiences, the good, the naive experiences. Think about what you learned from looking at each and one of those individuals. Think about that person that has hurt you so much, and the people, the flying monkeys. Think about the flying monkeys. Think about all the information you know about them, their life, what they've been through. They all have a story, right? They all have a story. So when you're closing that chapter, you're closing everything you have created in your mind, everything that you have seen, that you experienced, the things that you did because it was your choice. Yes, some of us been brainwashed by cults, by churches, by family, by friends. But when you're closing that chapter in your life and you want to rewrite your book, and you think about all of those people you came across, all of those souls, all of those lost souls, the people that didn't want to listen to you. When you think about these people, they had their own story, and you weren't the one writing their story, but they were there, right? But what if you did write that story? What if you created that story? All based on the choices you've made. And now that you have had this awakening, you realize that you have choices. That you have the choice to allow how someone treats you. That when the voice in your head is telling you to run, when the voice in your head is telling you you need to let go, when the voice in your head is telling you that you're dancing with the devil, those stories were also part of your story. And in some type of way, we're all connected. You know, it's like a circle of life, literally. And I've realized that because I will come across people from the past, and it's like we're just stopping by, right? We're just stopping by, but for some reason, we all have a problem letting go. When we think about people from the past, or if you hear that someone from the past is talking about you, that you don't even associate yourself, and they're talking about old things and all of these emotions reappear, that means that you haven't moved on. You haven't started a new life yet. You haven't rewrote your book. So part of, starting a new chapter is understanding that you had many books that you read, and from each person that you've met, there was something or a lesson to learn from those things. And now that you're in control, you can literally create whatever you want. You can create or reinvent yourself to who you've always wanted to be, because it's your story, right? It's your story. You were too busy being hurt by that old story that you kept reading. You were too busy reading the stories of others around, not realizing that there's so much beauty around, that you have the opportunity to be who you want to be and not accept abuse. Because sometimes it feels like you would rather take the abuse, but after you've been away from the abuse so long, you will realize that just wasn't where you want it to be. That you're glad that you listened to your intuition and you did what you knew you had to do. You had to take that loss. You had to leave these narcissists, behind you. Family, friends, marriages, relationships. Because they're not serving you a purpose. They're dead weight. You've made enough sequels to these same people over and over again, and you tried everything. And I think it's about also knowing that you tried everything. So part of rewriting your story is understanding that when you're leaving those chapters behind, you have a lot to learn from all of those characters that were around you to help you move forward. It was like a mini test. And a lot of us, we can't take the mini test. Look around. Some people just give up. And it's easy to give up. It's the easy way out. It's the easy way out. So some of these narcissists, they might not get their karma. You might never see them get their karma. They might not want you to see their karma. They might never want to apologize. But guess what? If they don't, and they just keep all that hate inside of them, they're going to create babies that are also filled with hate like them. And the cycle is going to continue because they do not want to break the generational curse for their family. It's time not to take the easy way out, you guys. So leave that narcissist chapter behind you. Accept everything. Forgive. All that time being spent wondering what they're doing when they're coming back, and will they ever be sorry? If I forgive them, will they one day come and apologize? You've already planted seeds. That's all you're there for. That's all it was. So use what you know to keep moving forward, you guys. I'm leaving you with this message. I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, and peace. Do not forget to like and subscribe. If you want to share, if you care, or leave your comments down below to show your experiences, or show anyone support. Support each other. Everyone serves a purpose, and always be careful, you guys. Always be careful in that new chapter that you're moving forward to, because there will be a lot of angel in disguises, and I've talked about that as well, because you'll put your guard up, and then people will literally start leeching onto you because they can feel your energy. And now it's like it becomes another devil to another level, because now the devil has to put in more work, So I hope this video was helpful, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.